Hello number fields, my name is Moltanen and I wanted to thank you for your video sounds of pi, which got me really inspired. It's been a while since I had such a enjoyable mind exercise when I usually go into the environment that I work in on a daily basis, which in my case is Adobe After Effects, and I make it do something that it was not specifically designed to do. This is something that I enjoy the most. So what I did, I took your concept and instead of applying a C major scale to the pi, I applied a pentatonic scale instead. So just listen to this. Well, I think that sounds way more interesting than just a bunch of random notes from, C major. Let me just talk you through what I've got here. You've probably also heard that I've got a little bit of reverb, delays, and modulation in the background, for post-processing the generated music, generated notes. But that's just to spice it up a little bit. So as you can see, I've got two tracks, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's just talk about one track. What is this track? Track is just basically a number pi generating certain frequencies, which are then, of course, being played back. But as you can see, I've got a bunch of settings. I've got the note length, which is right now set to 1 second. I've got current pi digit, which is not really a setting, but just something for a reference. And I've got a harmonic multiplier. And this setting, this parameter, is to basically transpose the whole generated frequencies up or down. So I can use that to, basically change the way it sounds. What else? As you can see, I've got bass frequency, and this is frequency calculated based on the pentatonic scale and on the digit from the number pi, which is currently being played back with no modifications whatsoever. But I've got also frequency 2, 3, and 4. So those 4 frequencies can make up the whole sound of a given note. So what settings do I have? And these are actually the settings that I will be changing, and here we've got just the preview of the frequencies that are being generated from the bass frequency based on those settings that I will be changing. So to access those settings, I've got a panel over here, and as you can see, I've got a frequency 2, offset, and harmonic. So this would be offset, this would be harmonic. And harmonic is just a multiplier. Right now it's set to 0, so we have no additional frequencies in the given note. But once I set all of these to 1, oh, sorry, I was doing that on a track 2, which I don't want to touch for now. Let's just move to track 1 and set those to 1. So basically, I'm just playing back the same frequency 4 times, so basically the sound is just going to be 4 times louder than being really modified in terms of the way it sounds. So what really makes a difference and makes this more interesting is the offset parameter, because I can offset the digit that I'm looking at from the digit I should be looking at. So this is the current pi digit that I'm looking at, and I can add 1, so I will be looking at the next digit while the first digit is playing, while the current digit is playing. In the second frequency, in the third frequency, I can look 2 digits ahead, and in the fourth frequency, I can look 3 digits ahead, for example. So right now, what you will see in here is those frequencies basically traveling up as the CTI, or the current time indicator, moves along. So take a look at this. Right? They are all moving upwards. So I will be playing 4 notes at the same time, basically. That's what I'm doing. So listen to this. Okay, that's cool. But let's do something more interesting. We can, for example, lower the frequencies by half. And of course, as you can see, I've got a nice spectrum analyzer in here. But let's listen to this right now. Okay, you get the picture. But I can also multiply each of those additional frequencies separately from the harmonic frequency multiplier, which is global for a given track. So let's just do that. I'm going to multiply this by 2. I'm going to multiply this by 0.5, and I'm going to leave this one as it is. So let's just listen to this. Okay, so that's it. All notes just play along really nicely. So let's just go ahead and add track 2. I'm going to change the length of the note to be 1/3 of the length of the note from the first track, and I'm going to no, I'm not going to change the frequency multiplier. I'm just going to change the offset. And interesting thing, what I found that when I use prime numbers as the offset, I get a better sounding results. Maybe there's a hidden property of pi in there. But you know, saying that it sounds better is basically a very subjective opinion, so I hope you can investigate what that means and why does it happen. So let's just go ahead and use offset of 2, multiplier 1, offset 3, and offset 7. And 1 and 1. Maybe this one, let's do it 2, and this one 0.5, and this one 1. Okay, let's just listen to this. So isn't that cool? The only thing you might be confused about is that we don't really see any of those frequencies changing. And that's because I'm just using the audio preview instead of rendering the whole thing. But I'm going to do that now. And I'm also going to add a rendered file at the end of this video. So let's just render out a couple of seconds and see how all those parameters change. And if you're interested, you can contact me on my Facebook, and if any of you is a fan of After Effects and you have a copy, then I will be happy to provide this project file to you so you can play along with it as well. As you can see, this one goes really fast. The frequencies change a lot, and in this one it's quite interesting to see that sometimes some frequencies stay at the same level because we've got like 2 repeating digits in the pi. Like there's a place where we have 3 1s or 2 zeros or 2 6s, and other frequencies change because we're looking that much numbers, that many digits ahead. So it's really quite interesting. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for your great videos. Keep up the good work. See you next time. Bye.